Ka Kongres ha kas ngisat jan ka kharoi terik urempang ka laplaj paidbah ya ki khat sautuli ki matrekam na ka banta ka election MLA araja arpulai ka bansalong ha ka arfunyau terik menta ubnai rempang. Ya kita ki khat sautuli ki matrekam laplaj paidbah da Ujairam Ramesh bat uba Vincent H Pala ha ka jingadon lang ki we pat ki nong mikmat jong ka parti kumjo ru ki kertong ki bansa aireng ha ka ne ki election ka balalong Havivanta Hotel Kynthei lat Shillong. Kimat rekam baka Kongres kala kular lada ka job hakani ka election ki kynthup naduh ka jingpin khubor ya ki Kynthei ban pelai ya ka jala Meghalaya na ka jinglip light ka jing aikam ajam ya ki samla ban yele persha ya ka bamsap bampong nalor kiwe.
Of course, we recognize that there are many people who have betrayed the Congress party in the last couple of years. Good riddance. Their commitment to the values of the Congress and its ideology obviously is not very strong. Obviously, ïadei, CBI, income tax has come knocking on their doors. The key issue in this election is, will Meghalaya's identity survive the way it has survived for so long? That is the key issue. Meghalaya is part of the Indian Union. It's part of the Indian mainstream. Youth of Meghalaya are earning a name for themselves all over the country. But there is a unique and distinctive identity to the society of Meghalaya that only the Congress can protect. On the one side, you have a set of parties who will dictate what the identity of Meghalaya is from Nagpur or from Delhi. Or you will have another political party which will dictate what is good from Meghalaya from Kolkata. It is only the Congress party which will dictate from Shillong, from Meghalaya. Not only dictate, it will determine in this state. Now, we have released a manifesto. This manifesto has 14 big promises to be fulfilled over the next 5 years. Every year, we will present a report to the people of Meghalaya, giving a report card on the status of implementation of each of the promises that we have made. We have made 5 big commitments that come out of these promises, which was released day before yesterday. The first commitment being empowering women, 3,000 rupees per month to every single mother, BPL single mothers, and there are 41% of women in Meghalaya are single women. Mean women who are separated or living singly. 41%. It's a large, very large number. Second, we have promised a job to every household. Third, we have promised a power cut free Meghalaya. I mentioned that to you. Fourth, corruption free Meghalaya. Most important, we will have a law against corruption. We will implement this law. We will have an ombudsman. We will have a strong anti-corruption machinery. And whatever the orders passed by legal authorities, like the National Green Tribunal, will be implemented fully. And fifth, we have promised a drug-free Meghalaya. These 5 promises come out of these 14 promises contained in our manifesto. As I said, manifesto is a very sacred document to us. We will have an annual report to the people on the implementation of this manifesto, and we will hold ourselves accountable to the people of Meghalaya for this manifesto. Finally, let me say a few words about the Bharat Jodo Yatra, which, as you know, started on the 7th of September and ended on the 30th of January. It was a 4,000-kilometer long yatra from Kanyakumari in the south, deep south, and ended in Srinagar in Jammu and Kashmir. It was a south to north yatra. And it was a yatra to unite Indians. In this atmosphere where Indians are being divided on the basis of religion, caste, language, ethnicity, food, dress. So it was the commitment, the dedication, and the love of India's Prime Minister then, Srimati Indira Gandhi, that led to the emergence, the formation of the full-fledged state of Meghalaya as a state in the Indian Union. Meghalaya means the abode of the clouds. But today, these clouds have taken on a different meaning. Today, the clouds are of not rain-bearing clouds, but these clouds are of corruption, these clouds are of unemployment, power cuts, these clouds are of a damage to the independent identity of the people of Meghalaya. And finally, these are the clouds of political puppetry, which I will explain to you a little later. In the last 5 years, we have had a government of the MDA, by the MDA, for the MDA. This is the Money Development Alliance. The alliance partners have taken a temporary divorce for the purpose of elections and are claiming to be fighting as independent parties. But let nobody be fooled. The MPP, the UDP, and the BJP are all part and parcel of the same package. So the first fight that the Congress is fighting in this election is a fight against corruption. The extraordinary coal scam, the continuation of the inhuman practice of rat money. I was the environment minister, and in many ways, I don't like to boast about what I did, but I am father of the NGT. I was the minister who piloted the NGT bill in Parliament and established the National Green Tribunal in April 2010. And it's extraordinary how the orders of the National Green Tribunal have been flouted in pursuit of private gains, private profits, in a most inhuman and degrading manner. Even COVID has not been spared. We have had huge corruption in the state as the COVID pandemic raged. So this election is for ridding Meghalaya of the virus of corruption. Second, I mentioned to you unemployment, power cuts, the extraordinary spread of the use of drugs amongst the youth of the state. Meghalaya is a state blessed with extraordinarily rich natural and human resources. The second point is that these are elections to fight against the unemployment that we see, the power cuts that have become part of daily life, and the growth of a drug culture. Thirdly, when Indira Gandhi moved the bill in Parliament to establish the independent state of Meghalaya, Meghalaya was given Schedule 6 status in the Indian Constitution. And For 45, 50 years, almost 45 years, the Congress moved heaven and earth to respect the letter and spirit of Schedule 6 of the Constitution. Knowing the special needs of the people of Meghalaya, the tribal nature of Meghalaya, the religious and ethnic diversity of Meghalaya. But that is under threat today. The identity of Meghalaya, the ethnic identity, the religious identity, the social identity, the linguistic identity is all under threat because in the name of unity, the BJP and its allies propagate uniformity. It is only the Congress party that believes not just unity in diversity, but unity through diversity. If you strengthen diversity, you strengthen unity. If you weaken diversity, you weaken unity. The BJP wants uniformity. The Congress wants unity through diversity. And finally, the fourth cloud, political puppets. There is one puppet master. He sits in Delhi. And there are puppets in different states. Here there is one puppet called the NPP. There is another puppet called the UDP. And now there is a new third puppet that has come into Meghalaya politics. JMC, not TMC, JMC. Jonas Mukul Party, JMC. Be under no illusion. These are all part of the BJP's game plan. NPP is BJP's A team here, UDP is BJP's B team here, TMC or JMP is BJP's C team here, and BJP is the D team here. Congress is fighting a three-party or four-party alliance led by the BJP. BJP may not have electoral presence, but it has other presence. And you know what I mean. In spite of demonetization, there is a lot of monetization that takes place, thanks to the BJP. So the Congress party is fighting these clouds. The cloud of corruption, the cloud of unemployment, the cloud of the destruction of Meghalaya's identity, and finally, the cloud of a unholy alliance, BJP, NPP, UDP, TMC, who are all claiming to fight independently now, but mark my words, at the first opportunity, they will jump into bed together. So for the Congress, this is a watershed election. And I will give you only two indicators of what a transformational election this is for the Congress. Never before in any state of India, and I venture to say this because I am familiar with national politics, 47 out of 60 candidates are below the age of 45. It's never happened before in any state. It's happened in Meghalaya. 47 out of 60 candidates are below the age of 45. This is bringing youth to the fore. One advantage of the Judasas leaving our party is that they create vacancies. And we have youngsters for the first time. And secondly, 10 out of 60 are women. No other political party in Meghalaya has given women such a heavy representation. This is a matriarchal society. This is a society in which women play a very important social and economic role and a cultural role that is not reflected in its politics. but we are making a beginning. 10 out of 60, that is almost 17% of our candidates are women. No other political party can claim this.
Bamsap, kirang badang sa kakongras dan thong bajing hat